Welcome back to the Mind Goals podcast, hosted by yours truly, Siobhan Higgins, sport and performance psychology consultant, professional soccer player, yoga instructor, and soccer coach. The Mind Goals podcast is a space that I hold for myself, athletes, and other athletic personnel so that we can tell our stories and hopefully give the viewer a view on how to gain the mindset that we have acquired through our journeys. So today, I'm super excited to introduce our special guest, which was my former Lululemon coworker, and he is now a personal trainer, Bhadshah Khango. Welcome.
Got it. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this.
100%. Yeah. When you asked me to do this, I was like, okay, what a surprise. And this is my first official solo podcast. I've done podcasts in the past with groups of people, but never one-on-one. So I'm excited to talk and see where this leads.
Yeah, I'm super excited because one, to get to know you, because I like to start my podcast with telling the viewers how what my connection is with the audience or with the guest. And this is a funny one because we worked at Lululemon, but I think you'd agree, we never really spoke much. No. I really don't know much about you. You probably don't know much about me, but everyone, adds each other on social media. So me being an athlete, super interested in your family's gym.
Awesome.
And honestly, I'm very interested in your lifestyle and what you do and the motivation behind everything that you do.
Yeah. It's exciting to be here, and I appreciate you reaching out, even though we don't know each other very well.
Yeah.
Lululemon was great. I did that on the side on the weekends, and I would come in, I would strictly stay at the cash register.
Yes.
And I would just go in, say hi to everybody, and then just be on the cash register, zoned in for 5 hours and leave. I tried to just be as efficient as I could. So I got to know people, but we didn't get to talk as much. And that was a great opportunity to have it organically on camera and kind of get a conversation going. But yeah, I just knew you from, I think I talked to you briefly, your coaching background, and I knew you played soccer. Yeah. So like you said, we add each other on social, and here we are now.
I know. And it's funny that you mentioned the cash register because I specifically try to stay away from it because when I started, I was a holiday worker. So I was temporary, and then I got extended. Yeah. And at the time, I don't think they wanted new people being, it's crazy season. They were like, let's just let the vets do it. And then maybe this is secret or not, but everyone at Lulu was like, oh, it's Bhadshah.
Yep. Cash King.
Yes, Cash King.
Well, interesting enough, I started a holiday season.
Oh, really?
And I think whenever I first moved here in 2020.
Oh, wow.
And I think I was getting trained in October, and my first day on the floor was Black Friday. And they said, hey, go to cash. And I didn't have any formal cash training. So I had Mev, if you're watching this, Mev, thank you very much. You saved my life that day. I asked her 30 questions per transaction, and everyone was patient, and nobody died. So it was good. But that's how I became good at it. I was just thrown in the fire, and I think that can translate to a lot. Just get thrown in the fire. Okay, figure it out.
Exactly.
And the pressure's on, and it worked out. And that was my bread and butter from there on out.
Oh my gosh. It's so nerve-wracking for some people, to be honest. I know it seems simple, but some people aren't really the kindest, especially in retail. No. But I will say I loved Lululemon. I had a great experience. Yeah. People were nice and kind, but I know I've heard stories at the cash register.
Yeah, Lululemon was great. And in retail, you have those people, and just like anything, even in training right now, we take an approach of service-oriented training, service first. So I was able to take that to Lululemon and just understand no matter who the client or the person buying a product is, it's service. And they may treat you a certain way at the end of the day. If they leave their product and they're happy, that's what matters. And if they come back, you can kind of change them a little bit, and maybe they open up and get a little kinder too.
Nice. I love that. That's a really good philosophy to have.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to dive deeper into that. But
100%.
For today, I'm looking to get to know you a little bit better, get to know your family's gym, and just kind of who you are and what you do.
Yeah.
So I did come with questions.
Perfect.
So let's see. Starting off, I want to know a little bit more about. We talked off camera that you mentioned you were going to go to medical school, or that was kind of the idea initially. But first question off the bat is really, how did you get into personal training?
So that probably stems back to, I would say, middle school.
Okay.
So I wasn't the most athletic. I was actually very unathletic. I didn't know how to move my body. Yeah. I was uncoordinated, goofy, I would say even nerdy. All through growing up, I was never the type to play sports. I loved school. I loved science and math. I built Legos like a maniac.
Yeah.
And 7th grade came along, and it was officially time for junior high youth sports.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a small town, Sheridan, Wyoming. So it was a very, very small town. And everybody played together at a young age. So I played basketball.
Okay.
And there was a group of kids, they played together since they were like 4 or 5 years old. And so when 7th grade came along, I wanted to play. And I realized I am nowhere near these guys' level.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel included either because there was a whole bond they had that I wasn't a part of.
Yep. Feel
and
that.
now I was like 7th grade, there was a A and B team. So obviously I was on the B team. 8th grade as well, B team.
B for Bhadshah.
B for Bhadshah, exactly. So it worked out. But yeah, and then freshman year in high school, I was like, I want to get good at this. I don't want to be in the B team. And I'm tired of being made fun of and kind of put down for not being good at basketball. So at that time, going into my freshman year, my brother Dose and my brother Taj was coaching football.
Okay.
Dose was getting into the strength and conditioning world. He had an internship at a place called Exos. So he worked with a couple. Are you familiar?
Yeah, I know someone who works there.
Yeah.
Shout out Michaela.
Shout out Michaela. I don't know you, but shout out Michaela. Very good facility. They do a great job. And he worked with Derrick Rose and Argentinian rugby team and all these cool athletes. And he came back home to Sheridan for the summer to coach the high school athletes, the football team.
Wow.
So he ran the weight room there, and he said, "Okay, this is your year. If you want to be good at this, this is where it's going to happen. So this off season, we're going to be working out. We're going to add weights. We're going to add agility. We're going to add speed, actual basketball skill training. And if you want to be good at this, you're going to have to make this sacrifice."
Wow.
So that summer, 2012, was, I think, very key into molding a lot of the aspects of the person I am today because it taught me the value of work ethic. So I would get up at 5 a.m., do agility with the physical therapy team they had there. They ran a little agility course at the high school. Weight room right after that, got introduced to weights, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And take a little break, help my mom out with her little small business, go play some pickup basketball, take a break, go back to the high school, shoot around, maybe have another lift after that. And I really just loved the process and the energy that was involved with it. I feel like summertime working out became my MO. Like it got to the point where I was getting sophomore, junior, senior year, I was enjoying the off season more than the actual season.
You just love the grind.
I just loved it.
Yeah.
And especially when I started seeing myself get better and I don't want to say surpass, but finally get into a level where I was competing with the guys who made fun of me or didn't feel like I was good enough. I was kind of getting to their level and surpassing them. And I saw their habits. They were out partying, drinking, having a good time, and saw my habits where I was just locked in, laser focused. It was a great feeling.
Good.
So I took that shift in my mind, like if I can do these things where these other guys aren't doing it, I can go so much further. So even after games, if the game didn't go well and I still had my struggles and like I wouldn't play sometimes, they would go out and celebrate and go party with their friends. It was a Friday night.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym and work out. And I just fell in love with the aspect of just being able to make sacrifices that no one else will and knowing where it would lead and slowly gaining confidence and slowly getting to a point where I feel confident on the court to play.
Yeah.
So it started from there, and then I didn't play anywhere. I wasn't that good to go play in college. But I just loved working out. And like I said, the off season became funner for me than the regular season. So just kind of was working out in the gym and then seeing what my brothers are learning, translating all through college, just kept on learning more and more. And then that brought me here to Houston to be a trainer. And now I just do it full time. Wow.
Okay. So great story off the bat. I have so many questions from what you just said.
Please, yeah.
Few things to rewind a little bit. One, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Whoa. I did not know. Wow, really? I'm 28, yeah.
Okay, how old do you
probably
think I was?
28.
Okay, yeah.
But okay.
I get that here and there. Sometimes people think I'm older than I am. I'm really old in my heart.
Like an old soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and what you mentioned, like how you realized so early on in high school, like that was a very mature awareness that you have because people don't realize that and it holds them back. Yeah. So that's awesome.
It wasn't a good feeling to show up and not be prepared. And I think just learning from that and now always showing up ready, it's gone a long way.
Yeah. Do you think you figured that out on your own? Like, because you kind of got like the formula. You were looking at, you were observing your other teammates and what they were doing and their lifestyle, and you thought, if I do this, maybe I can, surpass them or get better, or just make yourself better. Did you figure that out on your own, or was maybe
No.
like a?
I've never been a believer in, like, people say self-made and stuff like that. I never believed in that. I think we always have our own self-ability to do a lot on our own, but my brothers were instrumental in that. Even my whole entire family, my sisters as well, but especially my brothers at that time, they showed me the value of work ethic because they were doing stuff at a professional level. My brother's working with professional athletes that time now. Yeah. My other brother's coaching D1 football players. It's like, I can trust these guys to take me there. That's awesome. And they know what they're working with versus the people who are putting me down. A lot of them are just Wyoming high school athletes, which I'm going to be honest, athletes in Wyoming aren't usually the best. Not to say there's some good ones, but it's a different caliber between Wyoming and, say, Texas high school football.
Right. Okay, wow. So I'm assuming older brothers.
Older brothers,
right?
Yeah. So I'm the youngest of 6.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm the baby.
That's wow. Okay, totally youngest.
Yeah. So I pull from all my older siblings, like, small traits from each of them.
That's
and
awesome.
Even my other siblings say they notice that.
Oh.
So my next oldest brother is Dose, who's 8 years older than me.
Okay.
And he was a big part of the mindset behind of just work ethic. Work. And he kind of drilled that into me.
Does Dose have long hair?
Yep, long blonde hair.
Blonde?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's naturally dark like mine, but he's dyed it, like, in the past few years.
Okay. I'm trying to see, because I don't know. I didn't even know you had 5 others. But I'm trying to see if I've seen in pictures or videos. I know I've seen the Khango family in the gym,
100%.
Which we're going to get to. But okay, very cool. And is it dose as in like 2 or like dose of something?
So DOSE.
Okay, that's such a cool
his
name.
real name's Firdose. FIRDOSE.
That's even cooler.
But when I was a baby, I couldn't say his name. I couldn't pronounce it, so I'd say Dose, and all of his friends started calling him Dose.
That's adorable.
It's stuck since now.
Would you mind going through your siblings' names, because your name is really cool as well?
So I'm the youngest, Bhadshah. So it means king.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
What language?
I honestly don't know. All the brown people are gonna come after me and say you should know your culture. It's a mix, because my family originated from a village. It was like a mix of, like, Pashto and Punjabi. It's kind of like its own little language. So there's me, Bhadshah, and then Dose, which his real name's Firdose. Taj, his real name's Sataj. Again, same story. I couldn't pronounce his name, so I just called him Taj. And then my sister Halima, who also lives here, and my 2 oldest siblings. My sister Samina lives in Denver, and my oldest brother, my brother Muhammad lives in Scottsdale, and my oldest sister lives in Denver.
Wow.
So
those are all beautiful names.
Thank you.
Shout out to your parents.
I don't know how they did it. They did a great job with the names and raising us. That's a lot of kids to bring up.
That is. And all in Wyoming. So you mentioned you grew up in Wyoming. Did all your siblings grow up there? And then when did you move to Houston?
So we all grew up in Wyoming, born and raised.
Wow.
Small town called Sheridan.
Okay.
And then to precede that, a really cool story, kind of backstory. My grandfather is the one who immigrated to Wyoming in the early 1900s. So he's a little older than my grandmother. And there's actually an article in the New Yorker magazine called Citizen Khan. And it's about his story of immigration. It's a really long read, but it's interesting. But he was a local legend in our hometown for pushing around a tamale cart and selling burgers. So it's really random.
Yeah, but that's cool.
And everyone in the town loved him. There's a statue of him now commemorated.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So I don't know if you want to put the article in the end of this podcast or somewhere.
Yeah, that's a true hometown hero.
He really is. And even, like, I used to have all the older people, like, in the 70s and who are in their 70s and 80s come up to me like, they called him Hamburger Louie. Are you Hamburger Louie's grandson by chance? Like, yes. He was so kind. He made the best burgers, and so many great stories. And
wow.
Yeah, a really cool story. If anyone wants to check that out, we'll probably pin it in here.
I'll definitely read that. I mean, I don't have a cool family story like that, but that's awesome.
Everyone has a cool family story. We were just fortunate enough to have someone dig it up for us and write it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then, go ahead.
No, I was going to say now we can keep sharing it on the pod.
100%. Yeah. And then it's cool because my mom didn't know him. He was stabbed by, I think, a jealous family member when my mom was 2. He went back home. So that's part of the article as well. But it's just cool because although we didn't have a relationship with him or never knew him, we feel very connected to him. Yeah. And we have this legacy of work ethic and just striving to be the best version of yourself that we know is in us, and we can see even more clearly that is our bloodline and legacy that we want to carry on.
I was going to say that, yeah, you can see that the legacy is carrying to this day. I mean, you guys have made your mark in Houston.
Yeah.
To say that. So,
Yeah.
wow.
So
He'd be so proud.
We wouldn't be there without him.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Sheridan. We all were born and raised there.
Okay.
Thanks to Louie moving there. And my mom had a small little mom and pop motel she owned. It was like 20 units.
Okay.
And we had no staff. So it was just all of us and my mom.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we had one gentleman named Joe who was also there. He's kind of like special needs, not all there, but he stayed with us. He was like family to us, and he's staff.
Yeah.
And another guy named Todd who was there for a while, very similar.
Okay.
But all of us family, no staff, and we just grew up cleaning hotel rooms, making beds,
Wow.
renting rooms, doing laundry, and then maintaining the grounds. We were known for having like the nicest flowers in the town, so groundskeeping and all that. So
Wow.
that value of work ethic was instilled very early for us in Sheridan.
That is so cool. And that's nice to see that like it's a family owned business now, the gym that you guys have in Houston, because it makes sense because you grew up and like that's, you grew up knowing that.
Yeah.
Also, is this motel right? Is it still up and running? Is it called something different?
Yeah. So it's called the Holiday Lodge Motel. My mom sold it about 2 years ago now.
Dang it.
I know. It was beautiful. Like she took really, really good care of it. And like a lot of people to come in. It was an older place, but it was very vintage.
Yeah.
And we were known for just keeping nice, clean grounds. And it was a really cool vibe. We had like Vegas style neon palm trees and like
that's so cool.
long draping flowers, a cool pool with like a painted animals in there. And
I'll link pictures or something to it.
it was beautiful. And like, I miss it, of course. And then we sold it, and then the people who have it now just ran it down.
Okay.
And it's a testament to how you take care of a place, because it's an older building, but we made it look like, oh, this is pristine and retro and cool.
Yeah, like a cool hostel almost.
Yeah,
or like probably
exactly.
nicer since it's a motel.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
Wow. Okay, I'm so glad I chose to interview you because this is very interesting.
Yeah, and I never get to talk about these things, so it's good for me to just kind of let these things out. Like I'll talk about these things with my girlfriend and my family, but not in this depth because it's like normal for us.
Yeah.
So to be able to express these things outside of it, it's good for me.
Good. That's awesome. No, I'm so excited to share stories. I mean,
Yeah.
this is cool, Bhadshah.
Awesome. Very cool.
So you're in Sheridan, Sheridan, Wyoming. You grew up there because your grandfather and your mom had a family business.
Yep.
And then how did you get out of Wyoming? Did all the siblings disperse because of college?
Yeah.
Did you guys go to a similar state? How did that look?
Biggest thing is college. So like I'm disparity wise the youngest by a long shot. My sister Samina is 16 years older than me.
Okay.
So she went to college in Denver, and then everyone else kind of slowly went to college. And so I got the experience of being in a family of 6, and then my brother Dose is 8 years older than me. He left to college, so I got to also be kind of a only child for a while too.
Oh.
So everyone went their separate ways, and then through middle school and high school, I was an only child until like people would come back and visit, or Dose came back for the summer, or Taj came back for the summer.
Was that kind of sad, I bet? Or was it kind of nice? You're like,
No,
finally.
It was sad when everyone left. Like we all kind of like shed tears, but it was just like the lifestyle, and everyone knew at that time like that was home.
Yeah.
The Holiday Lodge Motel was home and a place to come back to, and it was always exciting because oh my gosh, we're coming for Christmas. And
Yeah.
we're coming for the summer. You can see what new flowers we have. So in everyone's heart, we knew it was home.
That's so cool.
And
I could
then-
see like a movie being made about your family. I mean,
Man, that'd be awesome.
it just sounds cool.
It was fun. There's a lot of just different stories and different characters and time. I mean, for example, like the Sturgis bike rally is only 2 hours away from us. So we get all the bikers and stay with us.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just,
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how to describe it because it's just such a melting pot of
Exactly.
different people traveling. We had Europeans. And,
That's the perfect way to describe it, actually.
yeah. Yeah. And then, but yeah, like college, everyone left. And then finally, I spent my 2 first years going to the junior college in our hometown.
Okay.
It was brandly new built, so it made perfect sense. And scholarship wise, I didn't have to pay anything. And Wyoming has great scholarship programs where if you had good grades in high school, you get money, and essentially I got paid to go to school.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I got grants, and I got
What more can you ask
yeah,
for?
I got to save that money and didn't have to pay rent because I was at home.
Perfect.
And then my last 2 years, I went to the University of Wyoming in Laramie, which is about a 5-hour drive from us.
Okay.
And
Is that like a main campus or a different one? I don't
main
not-
campus.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
not familiar.
Main
Okay.
campus is in Laramie. And then 2 years there, I finished my degree in physiology. And how I ended up in Houston is COVID happened my last semester there.
Okay.
And so I was in Laramie in January, and they sent us back in March when all that went down.
Okay.
And we didn't know if we're going back and whatnot, and we graduated virtually back in Sheridan, which I'm not mad about.
Okay.
I got a little graduation in Sheridan College, and it was a nice ceremony, so I got a little taste of it.
Okay.
And then it became summer, and I was like, okay, I just feel out the summer, and I don't know what's gonna happen.
Summer 2020.
Summer 2020.
Wow. What a time.
It was a different world. And yeah, it was, well, you got a degree in physiology now. Mm-hmm. It's time to go be a doctor, because that's the logical route when you get a physiology degree. And I didn't know where I want to go to medical school at. The logical answer is to go to medical school in Wyoming, because they reimburse you for going to school in Wyoming. So it's the more cost efficient route.
Right.
Or come to Houston, because my family's there. And also Houston has a hub of medical connections.
Right. Question. Were your two brothers in Houston, or were there more family members?
Yeah. So just my two brothers at the time, Taj and Dose.
How did they end up here?
So Dose had his internship at Exos. He met an athlete who played for the Texans at the time. His brother said, hey, do you want to come work at this gym with us? At the previous gym was called Nine Innovations. It wasn't Khango yet. And I was like, of course.
Okay.
So Dose met a lot of his connections through that gym and brought in clientele. A lot of the Texans at the time who were like the legends, like Owen Daniels, Andre Johnson, Arian Foster, guys like that were working out with him. And then that pulled in just a general population group of people as well.
Very cool.
And my brother Taj was the coach at the University of Utah for receivers. So he coached at Wyoming and Utah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was the only time I was really into college football in my life.
Yeah. I'm not a big football person. I'm getting into it, but that's still very cool.
Yeah. And it was exciting to see him on the sideline. He loved it. He's really, really smart when it comes to that. But they had a big coaching change at Utah. And usually when that happens, they just wipe out the whole staff.
Okay.
So he had to come down to Houston. Dose like, just come to Houston, work a couple of these guys, especially the receivers, and then see if you can get a job with the Texans. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to get a job with the Texans at the time, and he's starting to realize he likes this training thing a little more. And the coaching life is very, very hard at that level. It's film at 4 a.m. and practices, more film. He's like, maybe I don't want to coach. He became a full-time trainer with Dose. And he started becoming more of the business-minded person behind Khango. So Taj does a lot of the branding, business marketing, all
Which is
that.
very cool, by the way.
Yeah, he does. Thank you. He does a really good job.
Yeah, marketing's good. The graphic tees are awesome. Like y'all's graphics are actually so cool. Does he design them?
He has ideas, and he works with a couple of designers and say, hey, this is what I want to look like.
They're so cool.
Very particular what they come out looking like. I'm wearing one right now.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's like I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Wait, that is so cool.
You can find this at thekhangoway.com for all your purchases and needs.
We'll link at the bottom.
Awesome. Yeah, and so that's when the idea of Khango started coming about. It's like, well, we're working for somebody right now, and they were not liking the way the business model was working.
Okay.
And they weren't free to do what they wanted. Mm-hmm. They were putting their own money and equity in that gym. Yeah. But they weren't seeing that return out.
Right.
And the idea of Khango started brewing in 2018. They got kicked out of their gym in 2018.
Kicked out.
They walked in because there was a lot of tension going on between the management and them.
Okay.
But keep in mind, Taj and Dose were bringing everybody in.
Okay, right. Yes.
But they came to the door one day. They tried to use their keys, and the keys didn't work. They changed the locks. So
drama.
That's drama. Yeah, they were able to get their stuff out finally, but it was like they were done.
Wow.
So it's like, what do you do next? Okay, I guess Khango is going to be a thing.
Oh yeah.
And then fortunately, Patrick Fertitta was training there, and they own the Post Oak Hotel. And he was very generous enough to say, hey, you guys want to use the hotel space in the inner room while you guys figure stuff out. So they worked out a deal, and they were able to train at the Post Oak Hotel in all 2019.
Wow.
And then Dose was able to use his garage in his townhome. He had a Versa climber, assault bikes, and medicine balls, and just opened the garage in the heat and train people in his townhouse.
Dude, this is so cool.
It's a great story, right?
It is a great story.
And I would see videos of all this. I'm like, this is so awesome. I want to be a part of this. I don't want to be a doctor.
And your parents are like, no.
Yeah, they're like, no, what are you doing? This is cool and all. And even my brother was like, you're too smart to do this. This you don't need to be doing this. And Ian and Taj was training people on his rooftop of his apartment complex.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I love that. Like, if there's a will, there's a way, and you got to make it work.
Yeah. And they did. And it was a testament to the brand of Khango and how we were able to retain people from the last gym, bring in new people. And then COVID happened, which is very sad, but
which also puts anyone, any like relationship or business under, honestly, under a spotlight to see how you can come through.
Yeah. So we were fortunate enough to have the space of Khango kind of being built out in the med center.
Okay.
But the demand for at-home workouts and workouts outside was needed. So it clicked very well for everybody. So then we acquired more people because that was the thing. So they would go to neighborhoods and be like, "Hey, I got a trainer that comes in the yard. You want to come work out with us? Yeah, let's go."
Dude, this is just like genius. Like these are the stories I love to hear because you love it, but then you're also like, why didn't I think of that? I mean, I couldn't personally do that, but it's such a great idea and there's a need for it.
Yeah.
And initially when you brought up 2020 and COVID, I was going to say, oh no, the gym shut down because, a lot of restrictions and spread of viruses. But no, outdoor workouts. For me, I love outdoor workouts now, specifically because of that year.
Yeah.
And you can do so much. Yeah. And just, okay, I love that. Okay, so we're in the neighborhood, we're getting clients down the street.
It worked out beautifully. And then along came me. I was like, I want to be here. I want to come and visit. And my spring breaks weren't going to Miami and getting lit. My spring breaks were going to Houston and working out like a madman. Getting fit, exactly. And I just would be so excited to come and visit and see the gym and feel the energy, the music, even if it was in the Night Innovations or on the rooftop or the Post Oak. Like, I was like what I looked forward to the most.
That's awesome.
Like, I would train at the back of my mind, like, this is what I'm training for, to be in Houston, make sure I'm in shape.
That is so funny.
So I can do the Versa climber. So I don't look like I don't know what I'm doing. So
that's hilarious. Wait, that is awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
That was kind of my driving factor after basketball is to whenever I go to Houston, I just don't want to look like I'm out of shape.
Yeah, and Houston's very different climate.
Oh, very. But I love the heat now.
Yeah.
Because in Wyoming, it's negative 20, 30 in the winter, snowing till May.
I can imagine.
But even then, I was outside doing walking lunges. I would wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. and I'd go to the track and put some boots on.
In Wyoming?
In Wyoming.
Holy cow. Okay, so I do, we might as well get into the lunges. That's one of my questions.
Yeah.
So if any of you listening follow Bhadshah, he does lunges, I think probably daily, if not obviously weekly. But give me the story behind that. Like, what is the routine? How did you start doing that? And what does it look like?
So one of our mentors and idols we looked up at the time, he was lunging. He was experimenting with it. He was doing a half-mile lunges around the track just to get away. He was like a bodybuilder dude. Get away from traditional cardio. And we really liked that because it was crazy. We enjoy crazy. And we tried it and our legs are cooked. But there are so many benefits to it. Like the metabolic conditioning is insane. Because if you're able to lunge a half mile, you're able to... Your lactic threshold's way higher. Your legs will output more for a longer period of time. It strengthens your hips, so there's less pressure off your back. Strengthens hips and glutes, so you have less back pain. You're sending blood flow to your VMO, your vastus muscles around your knee, so you're like bulletproofing your knee. So someone with an ACL injury, like my brother Dose has one. I think I told you off air. He does not have an ACL in his left knee.
Wow.
How he's able to help heal that, just send a lot of blood flow in that knee through the lunging.
Okay, yeah.
And then the mental clarity after, it's like everyone knows you can get that runner's high.
Yes.
It's very similar, but I think it's stronger after lunging from my personal experience. You just feel so clear and focused after.
Wow.
So
and you get like a leg pump too.
Like big leg pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do this at a certain time of the day or you just try to knock it out?
I just try to knock it out. I do a half mile, so 800 meters, 2 laps around the track. I usually go during my lunch break. So I'm training clients from 6 a.m. to like 12:30. Lunch, then come back and train again until about 7:30 p.m. So kind of midday so I can get some sunlight since I'm inside all day.
Yeah.
So
wow.
That's the story behind the lunges.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it. And when did that start?
That started for me, I was on and off in 2017, but 2018 I was starting to do 5-6 days a week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you like, do you record it anywhere in like an app whenever you do it? Like you set a timer or no?
So what I do is I used to use Strava a lot, but that can be inconsistent. My suggestion for anyone starting to lunge is find a track.
Yeah.
See how long it takes you to do a lap your first time, because that's enough. It'll cook your legs. You won't be able to walk for a week. And then just time that. Say it takes you 10 minutes. Okay, now I can go down my driveway 10 minutes. And I know it's close to 400 meters.
Very smart.
Or if you do 2 laps, it takes you X amount of time. Okay, I know this is half mile. And then you kind of use that track as your baseline. So you can do it wherever. That way. That's another thing about the lunges too, is like, even if you're on vacation or whatever it is, like, you know, you have something to go to. If there's no gym, like, I know I'm going to get a workout in. I'll be able to sweat, stay consistent. My metabolism is going to be fast from doing this, and I can do it wherever.
I love this, and I laughed because I'm a soccer coach of 2 teams, and so you guys just get ready for a new workout.
Those kids are in for some fun. Nice.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna use it myself too, because I'm starting to get cleared to do more things, and I can definitely lunge.
Yeah, let me know how that goes. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out with your knee.
Yeah, we'll see.
I might not be able to walk for a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'll see if I'm clear to do that. I'll talk to my I'll talk to my physical therapist.
Talk to your PT first. Don't go and do it yet.
This is the Khango Way.
This is the Khango Way. Like, well, do you not know about this?
Okay, cool. So then you decided that you're gonna come to Houston because the brothers were starting. Okay, was a gym actually built at this time, or no? It was
it was literally starting to be built in January 2020.
Wow. And you said Men's Center. So
yep.
For people listening, I still have not made it out there. The timing, I know, I will go. The time, and I swear by that. When we worked at Lululemon, it was really cool. We were able to, like, some people would put like in the group chat, hey, I'm going today. And I could literally never, ever make the time because of work or coaching or something. And so I just couldn't go. And then I was super annoying in the group chat. I was like, sorry, can't go. But I would spell it like the way that Khango.
Oh, I remember that. You were always doing some kind of pun. I'm like, this is hilarious.
It was
Although I've never seen your face, but this is hilarious.
Oh yeah, I was like, sorry, can't go. But now I really want to go, and I've heard about it, and a lot of people keep going, and it's a gym that I've really been wanting to go to.
Yeah,
and I can now.
Yeah, we'd love to have you when you're cleared, and we'll take great care of you. So
I'm excited.
When that day comes, we'll be just fine.
Cool. I'm excited. And okay, so you get over here, the gym that was being built.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Where is it?
So we are in the Med Center.
Okay.
We're literally right across from Rice Village. So we're on, I think it's Greenbrier.
Okay.
And it's like probably a block past Rice Village, 2 blocks.
Okay, because I'm there pretty often. Yeah.
Yeah. We're probably literally 2 blocks from that, the big dome thing that's inflatable. The stadium, where the stadium's at.
Yeah, we race.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's a Walgreens, CVS over there.
I must pass it all the time and just don't see it.
Yeah.
Is it kind of hidden, or am I just not looking?
As you know us, there's a big logo that you can obviously see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then one location.
Just one location for now. For now.
Okay, because it's been 4 years.
It'll be 4 years coming up in December.
Okay,
so awesome. December 1st, 2020 is when we opened.
Cool.
And I got to be here for that opening and kind of show that, hey, I don't want to be a doctor. I'm going to come and fold towels for you guys and clean the bathrooms. And any asset I can be, because it's a family business, I'm going to help my family out.
Yes.
And I kind of use that card to say, kind of slowly get my way into training clients.
Yeah.
And then it kind of became to the point where Taj and Dose couldn't do it themselves. Dose has a lot of privates. Taj has privates. Who's going to train the groups? Enter myself, my sister Halima, and my best friend Cole, who moved here with me from Wyoming as well.
Wow. Okay.
So and they saw how we were able to take on clients, keep the same energy that they had and that same reputation, and kind of build our own personalities around training. They said, okay, these guys have it on lock with the groups and the privates and tearing down, setting up.
Yeah.
So we made their lives a lot easier. Taj had a kid recently.
Okay.
We were able to let him be a dad. Dose able to come in, just program the workouts, train his privates, and we're able to take on the controlled madness of everything else.
Okay, cool. Good. Yeah. Smart.
Yes.
You're like, let me help out and work your way up.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess next question is, how did you get into personal training? Like, did you need a certificate? Obviously, it's family, so you could probably just observe and get the experience. Yeah. But what's your like background in that?
So even in college, I trained at our gym at Pure Energy in Sheridan. I just trained like small group classes. Okay. Kind of just because I liked that world and there's extra money on the side. And I never got any certification or anything because it was a family business, but I was able to educate myself through what my family's learned. Yeah. Also with my degree in physiology. I took a lot of exercise kinesiology classes and physiology classes. So I was able to apply that information and just learning from mentors and applying. I think also just that's something in the fitness world that's kind of misconceived a lot. It's like people come in, oh, what certifications do you have? You don't have this? Oh, you're not qualified. Like the CSCS is the standard for a lot of trainers.
Okay.
But I know a lot of people who have no clue what they're doing with the CSCS.
Yeah.
So it just comes down to your trainer taking the initiative of their own to learn, and then applying and actually applying to clients and knowing why they're doing something.
Okay.
So just small group classes and training some young high school athletes in Sheridan. And then all my experience of actually training came in Houston when I moved here. I was just kind of just thrown into it and say, hey, Bhadshah, you're going to demo today. Hey, Bhadshah, can you take so-and-so today? Hey, Bhadshah, can you take this group of 10 people today? And it just grew from there. And then you kind of just figure out your flow as a trainer.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
And
thanks.
so now you've been doing that full time for about 4 years.
Yes.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, I've loved it. So like my schedule every day is, so I wake up at 3:30ish, 3:45, 4 a.m. workout, 6 a.m. clients, 7 a.m. clients, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe a 12, quick break, lunge, as I said, come back, 3:30, 4:30, maybe a 5:30 sometimes. And then we spend about an hour to an hour and a half tearing down, setting up the whole gym because it's like a big mobile iron circus that you can move around because all the equipment's Sorenex, so it's customizable equipment.
Dude.
And we got to get about like 30 people in the room the next day at 6 a.m. So we got to make sure that everything flows correctly, no one gets hurt. It's organized chaos, what we call it. Because it's madness in there, but it just flows and goes well with a big group of people.
Wow. Your day ends at what time did you say?
On average, I would say I'm leaving the gym around 7:15, so I get home around 7:30 p.m.
Wow.
And then just eat and go straight to bed pretty much.
How did you find a girlfriend?
You know, luckily she was persistent and she came to the gym.
Okay, good.
So first day we opened December 1st, 2020. I see her. I'm like, this girl followed me on Instagram a couple weeks ago. And I thought she was just a private from the old gym. She came at 4:30, and at the time, that 4:30 time slot was dead.
4:30
so no one
a.m.?
came. PM.
Okay, I was like, this girl knew what she was
She
doing.
was really accurate. But yeah, she came at 4:30 p.m. and Taj was training her. She was by herself. So I was like, oh, she has to just be just a client by herself, an old private or something. And then Jen, who's Taj's wife, one of our managers, she's like, yeah, that's Salima girl. She came by herself. She's never been here before. I was like, Salima, that sounds familiar. And I was like, oh. And then so I messaged her like, hey, so I noticed that was you today. Welcome to Khango. And I tried to stay very professional for about 2 weeks. Because when I moved here, I made a plea with myself. I said,
no clients.
No clients. Clients are off limit. And even in general, I got to figure my life out. So I don't have time to be in the dating scene.
Yeah.
And then she just kept, hey, what are these lunches about? Hey, what is this diet? Hey, how many days a week should I be coming? And then finally it broke down, and we've been together for coming up on 4 years now too.
That's awesome.
So it worked out very, very well. And we meshed very well.
I love that story.
So yeah,
that's awesome.
She's amazing. So luckily she's able to like make dinner when I get home, so I don't have to worry about that.
Beautiful.
And like all that extra stuff where I can focus on training and running the business side. Well, she can take care of that, and I'm not have to stress too much about it.
That's such a good partnership to have.
She does an amazing job, and I don't know where I'd be without her.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome. Good shout out.
Shout out to Salima.
That's a beautiful name as well.
Yes, it is.
And I was going to say something I love about that story is that you were just following your passion, and like your person fell into that space.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I love giving this advice, but like I feel like a lot of people are looking for partners out here, and if you're like focusing on yourself, you're doing what you want to be doing. You're with your family. Like that was what you had in goal. You were following your own goals, and then she just kind of appeared.
Yeah. It worked out beautifully, and like I was the last thing I was looking for.
Exactly.
And like you said, she just fell in line with all the values. And it's just unfolded beautifully.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm happy for you.
Thank you so much.
So wow. Okay, there's so many good stories. I'm almost like, I'm not even going to look at these questions. I've been asking them as I went. But I did have one. Yes. So on topic, obviously, about Khango, but it's about the logo. How did that come about?
So interesting story.
Yes.
We, in our hometown in Sheridan, there's a big rodeo. It's called the Sheridan Wild Rodeo. It's a big week-long extravaganza. It's like the biggest deal. All of Wyoming, Montana, South Dakota, even people across the world will come to this rodeo. It's still like a small town thing.
Okay. What time of year?
This is like the week after 4th of July.
Okay.
So if you ever want to go,
plan for next year.
You should definitely go.
Okay.
And there's the parade on Friday, and there's a thing called the bed races.
Okay.
So what they do is, this is a very small town.
Okay.
They take a bed frame, an iron bed frame, and they put wheels on all four sides of it. They get a guy on each of the sides, so back tires, front tires.
Yeah.
And they have two girls sit on top of the bed and they race the bed down the street.
Like running, like pushing?
Sprinting with it. So they just race each other with these big bed frames in the street.
Okay.
So,
are people sitting on it? The girls are sitting on it?
Two girls are sitting on the bed.
Okay.
And then the guys have to push the weight of the girls on the bed.
Oh, this is a
And they're
small town.
sprinting. It's hilarious. So this
Don't tell me you guys have a bed in Congo.
There's not a bed in Congo.
Okay.
So interesting enough, the bed that we had in bed races busted. We had one of my sister's friends.
It didn't last.
He was like a 300-pound, like swole dude, and the back tires popped.
Give out.
But the team name was the Khango Warriors. So our last name is Khan. My brother Taj, I think, saw a cool gorilla logo on the internet, used just a cool looking ape as a logo. And so Khango, that was in 2010.
Okay.
So you'll see a lot of our merch established 2010.
Love that.
And then in 2018, we started experimenting with like a more modern take on what the Khango logo should be. And it was like, we want to do something sleek, luxury feel.
Yeah.
How can we mesh this gorilla in there because it's badass? So it just turned into a ape transformer.
Yes, I was about to say it's giving Transformer.
Yeah. So my brother Taj is the one who played around with that a lot, and he worked with a lot of designers, and that's kind of what it came. And then we kind of joke around, like, well, you transform yourself in the gym, so it was perfect.
Exactly.
So
that's cool. I always love hearing that, like the creative aspect to it.
It was fun, and it was because we got to be a part of the process too. You send us images, and like, oh, I don't like that one. And now we have all these alternate logos that we use. So like the ones on my shirt, for example, we have the original ape head.
Okay.
This raptor is part of the Congo Run Association because raptors run fast.
Yep. Very good.
So and then we have the ram. This represents the lunging. It also represents taking shit head on because that's what rams do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the branding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. So that's the 3 tiers of Congo.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, getting more into the gym and what you guys offer. Are there like what types of classes? Like, is it separated by the 3? Like,
no. So this is just kind of this is the Congo lifestyle. So this is what we kind of preach on social media of like, here are the things you can do outside of the gym, lunge, train, run to stay in shape.
Okay.
As far as our training goes, we do group and private training.
Okay.
And I would say our workouts are an hour long in the app, so you book an hour long session.
Okay. In the app. You guys have an app?
We have it. We're on the Mind Body app.
Perfect. I have that.
Perfect. You just type in Congo and then you book your time slot.
Okay.
And then we'll take you through the workout. We'll get the guys and girls on the turf. We'll do a big warm up. The group can be anywhere from 2 to we've had like 32 people, especially in the weekends. It gets busy.
Yeah.
And we take pride in ourselves in being able to provide and cater for every single person in that room, no matter how busy it is, no matter what limitations someone may have. We take very deep pride in making sure everyone feels like they're being taken care of.
Good.
And so the workout is we'll demo the exercises. So it's a circuit. Well, it's 3 circuits.
Okay.
We'll show you the first circuit. Say it's 6 exercises long. Explain and demo the circuit. And then from there, we'll say, hey, you guys start here, here, here. And then we're going to shadow you through, make sure you're doing everything right. Make sure you're going to the next station appropriately in the right order. And that circuit stays about 3 rounds long. Okay. Regroup, next circuit, similar thing. Regroup. If you get there, usually the workouts, they're not going to finish in an hour. We just write them long just in case someone finishes early.
Yeah.
Take them to the last circuit.
Okay.
So it's circuit based. Like our foundation comes from athletic training from Exos.
Okay.
But we pull in aspects of the powerlifting, heavy strength and conditioning, even some bodybuilding with high volume hypertrophy training. Cardio aspects, sprints within the circuit with the Versa Climber or the runner or the assault bike. And then, of course, there's like the functionality with like corrective movements, just a little bit of everything. And I think that's what we do a good job of is just being open-minded and learning from so many aspects of fitness and meshing them so well that we're able to use in that kind of setting.
Okay. Wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the time slot. So what are the hours of operation?
So our first group session starts at 6 a.m.
Okay.
We run on the hour, so 7, 8, 9, all the way to noon.
Okay.
Take a little break, come back for a 4:30 session, and then we had a 5:30 p.m. session as well too on some days.
That's a nice break.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Kind of refresh and
definitely
restart because we have to bring it every hour.
I was about to say
that's
you
what
got to
we're
bring
known
the
for.
energy.
Yeah. Especially Congo, we're known for the high energy, and we just we pour a lot into ourselves into everybody too, from the energy aspect, from just like we want to run as a high energy, like bottle of lightning, but also as like a Four Seasons type catering and service, like luxury brand. You feel like you're being taken care of, and like we're very service oriented and catering to everybody. So that takes a lot out of us. So it's important that we just take that little mid break.
Yeah.
And it's only us too. There's no other people.
I was going to ask, how many coaches do you have at the same time? And really like, what does the staff look like? Is it just family, family? And I guess family's extending once you get partners and whatnot.
Yeah. So it's just family. So, and Cole, which is my best friend from Wyoming, he's pretty much family.
Gotcha.
So myself, my sister Halima and Cole, we take mainly the group sessions.
Okay.
And then Taj and Dose on the side are doing their privates every hour.
Okay.
And then so that allows them to take care of those clients. And then maybe I could take over Halima, or Cole takes over a different private, just depending on scheduling. But mainly it's me, Cole, and Halima just rocking with the groups all day, every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever... Dang, I'm thinking about like, do you get a break? You know, because I know that's mentally taxing.
Yeah.
And you were working at Lululemon too a little bit. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's a lot. But no, we're 7 days a week, and if we need a break, we can come to Taj and Dose and say, hey, is it okay I take this day off? Or hey, I want to go on a trip here. Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. Okay. There's no like set PTO thing. It's like if you need time, we're all really good about communicating who needs time off, who needs an afternoon or morning off. We'll just let each other know.
Yeah.
But we all say that, but we all feel bad if we're not there.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting dynamic. But we all kind of, especially 4 years later, have figured out, hey, when we're just drained, we're a little more crabby, we're a little more sluggish.
Yep.
Hey, go take a day off.
Exactly.
What are you doing here? So
cool. That's awesome. Wow. I love that it's, I mean, in a sense, like that is self-made because you guys figured it out on your own. You know, you did like trial and error, obviously, to get
100%.
to where you are.
Yeah. It's kind of just exactly trial and error and figuring out where you mesh in the system, and everyone plays their role. And once everyone kind of owns their role, it makes the whole system operate so efficiently.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah.
And so classes, so is the only way to sign up through MindBody or yes?
Yep. So MindBody is the place to go. You can buy a single session or a package.
Okay.
We offer a largest pack of 50 classes up front. Essentially, the more you buy up front, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And then you just go on the app and the schedule's on there and you book it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dope. Wow.
Yeah.
Easy. 1, 2, 3.
Easy.
Could you do, you do group sessions, but do you do like teams? Like, do you guys ever have like, say like a high school team comes to you, it's like a rainy day and they want their kids to go? Like, is that?
So you can contact, there's a business phone number. We can schedule all that too. Bring them in, do like maybe a agility day or running mechanics kind of day, or bring them in the gym, stuff like that too. And then also in the resource we have is Christian Trejo. He rents out space at the gym, and he's very similar to us in our training style, but he works a lot with athletes, specifically to soccer and younger kids too.
Okay. Yeah.
So he brings a lot of those teams or even like groups of kids in there, and he's able to use the space as well with staying out of our way and kind of having our philosophy of training together. So it's a good little combo with us. He has.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. I again haven't worked with Christian yet, but I've heard so many things about him. I know many people that work with him speak so highly of him, and
he's the man. He knows what he's doing.
That's awesome. Love to hear that. Very cool. Wow, I'm feeling like I want to go work out now, but my knees are hurting. It's my rest day.
Take the rest day.
Just got cleared to run.
Yeah, put some ice on there. You'll use that.
Yeah. Do you guys have any ice baths there, or do you like offer ice? Now that you mention it.
So we don't have any ice baths there.
Okay.
Maybe in the future, at a future location, that's an idea we may have.
Okay.
We have our man Dr. Gersh. He does. He's a doctor of physical therapy. He does sports maintenance, cupping, needling, deep tissue massaging, all those things. And so if you need to book with him, he's at Max Level RX. If you just type that in, he does like 90-minute sessions of just deep body work, and he does a good job with that.
Okay, dope. Very cool.
Yeah.
Next question. Okay, yeah, you mentioned that you guys are like go, go, go. You maybe have like a couple of days off, obviously, but it seems that you're very passionate about this. Your family's passionate about it. So I'm going to assume I know the answer to this question, but does work feel like work?
Never.
Never. You just love it.
Yeah. There's days where you come in, you're like, oh, I'm a little more tired today.
Yeah.
But like I'm showing up in shorts and a t-shirt. Like it's not really work.
Yeah. And it's fun and you love what you're doing. And
100%.
then I'm sure it's so rewarding because I'm a coach as well, but not on, the capacity that you are. But it's so rewarding being able to help others
1,000,000%.
reach their goals.
Yeah.
And, just feel good about themselves, move their body. I'm very passionate about that as well.
Yeah. And it's really cool at Khango too is like, I'd say our biggest stigma is like, oh my gosh, it's such a hard workout. I'm going to go throw up there. I'm too scared to come. And I get that.
Because it's intense.
Yeah, it's intense and we're intimidating figures. We're yelling and screaming online.
Yeah.
But I think we do a really good job of catering, like I said, catering to everybody. Like I'll have someone who hasn't worked out a day in their lives come in there next to an NFL Hall of Fame athlete in the same room.
Love that.
And the dynamic between everybody in there is just so supportive. And that person who hasn't worked out a day in their lives has the best, almost one of the best days they've ever had. And like, man, this is addicting. I want to come back.
Yeah.
And seeing that process of them continue to come back and feel like they're welcome to an environment is amazing. And I think our culture, I mean, we haven't talked about culture, but our culture and community of everyone in there is something that I've never seen before. It's just really cool to see everyone's dynamic and how they interact with each other, whether if they're an athlete, a business owner, an employee, or they haven't worked out a day in their lives.
Yeah.
I've had people come back there's a guy named David. He had a double lung transplant.
Whoa.
And now he just got engaged like 2 weeks ago.
Aww.
And he's living his life now. And it's just cool to see everyone's dynamic and the lives they live come together in that spot for the hour or two when they're there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so cool. I really love that. I mean, I'm just like kicking myself for not having gone yet. I at least want to like look and watch. And like, I've never felt intimidated. I actually love those type of workouts. I was going to ask how you would compare it to, well, I'll ask in a second, but because I've done CrossFit and that's different. Very different. But whenever you mention like circuit training, you mentioned the cardio aspect of it.
Right.
Your philosophy, from my understanding, isn't like how many reps you complete or, it's not a race, right? It's just kind of get it done at your own speed, but do 100%. It right. And you guys are around the gym, like focusing on form and corrections.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we have our competitions of like we'll do max feet in the Versa and how much time you can get or who has the heaviest deadlift of the day. We get into that stuff, but you nailed it perfectly. It's like, come on in. You're going to get taken care of. Make sure we're not going to get you hurt and just go at your own pace. And if you have an ego and you want to go fast and throw up, you're more than welcome to do that too. I've seen it happen many times. But yeah, it's just an environment where everyone can be and they can take it however they want to take it. If they want to challenge themselves and push them like crazy, they can. If they want to just hang out with a group of people, they can. So it's just a very open culture and community.
That's awesome. And it gives you like the autonomy to kind of get what you want out of it.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. That probably makes it great for everyone as well. Very cool.
Yeah.
So a few more questions before we conclude. But first I wanted to ask I kind of already know, but if you were to tell the audience, like what separates Khango from the other gyms, what would you say?
I would just go right back to that culture. Is just very open and inviting. And it's tailored to everybody. You get the feeling of you're getting a one-on-one session in a high energy group situation. And I don't think any other gym has that capability offering that, especially from the energy wise and programming wise too. The workout itself is a very well programmed workout. My brother does most of that. So to have the combination of a hard workout that's going to challenge you but also make you better, have a group of people that are going to support you and also push you, and it's having just the luxury feel of the environment, the music, the energy, and then all that kind of combined into one. That's Khango. And to be able to take that mindset that we kind of give our clients of like, yeah, you can do this. It's hard. They could take it outside of the gym and push themselves with the running and the lunging. But the biggest thing is just the melting pot of the culture that we have and just the small details that we as trainers throw into that. Yeah. That's what separates us from other people is the willingness to make the small details count, from the way we set up things to the why we're programming to why we have certain groups at certain times. There's a purpose behind everything. And a lot of gyms don't have that. They'll see something on Instagram. Yeah. Like, oh, this looks cool. I'm going to go do this. And then they hurt their client. We always have a why and intention behind everything. Yep. I was just about to say that everything seems very curated and very intentional. Nice. Yeah. Well, I'm sold. And I'll be coming soon. Awesome. Yeah. We'd love to have you.
And then final question for the day. Actually, I have two, sorry.
No worries. I have no else to be.
One question is, what advice would you give to any person, athlete or not, coming to your gym for the first time ever?
Any person coming to the gym for the first time ever. What advice?
Yeah. Someone walks in, they see this place, like, I've heard about it. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I got class pass or something.
Great.
And like, they're like, I'm here.
Yeah. I would just say, like, again, take it at your own pace. Trust us. We're going to help you out. And the rest really takes care of itself. I think with our gym, because it's so unique and it's so hard to describe. I've seen it many times, like that exact scenario, what you said. When people come in, hey, how you doing? I'm Bhadshah. Okay, welcome on in. They feel like they're really being taken care of and they feel like they're getting a good workout. The rest just takes care of itself. So I just say my advice is just walk through those doors, and then we have a reputation where you can just trust us and like let go of a wall, because a lot of people put a wall up.
Yeah.
I mean, we deal with, athletes, celebrities, regular people, whatever it may be. All those people let their guard down. They can just be themselves there. So I just say, be yourself, trust us, and you're going to get the best result of it. Just take it at your own pace. And it goes outside of our gym too. You can just take life at your own pace.
Yeah.
Just trust.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you.
Thanks.
And then lastly, the way I like to end my shows is really by giving you the floor to give anyone a shout out. Maybe you want to say a quote or just give more advice or anything. But the floor is yours if you have anything to say.
Okay. Yeah. So one of our most exciting ventures coming up is going to be Khango Sups.
Okay.
So it's our own supplement line.
There you go.
And I was fortunate enough to be a formulator and curator in that formula. Finally put my degree to use.
Yeah. Not finally, but I feel you. I know what
Finally.
you're saying.
Yeah. Not be the failed doctor that I am. But no, we're really excited. We started off trying to make an energy drink and it just didn't work out.
Okay.
But now we have our own pre-workout formula and amino acid formula coming out. Hopefully, I don't want to give a date and let people down, but very soon.
Okay.
And we're all supplement junkies. Like,
okay.
I worked at GNC nutrition store for 4 years.
Wow.
And we're all just like nerded out over the new supplements coming out. And
yeah.
We've always had things, but there was always like that one thing missing. Oh, this thing's awesome, but it tastes like crap. This thing is really cool, but I wish it had this ingredient. So we were finally able to take our time, put together something we would personally take, along with our branding.
Yep.
And it tastes good. And we're really excited to bring it out to the world.
Awesome. So it's coming soon and we can all look forward to it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Khango Sups and pre-workout, amino formula. And again, this is not just our like natural next step to make money. This is something we're genuinely like excited for and we're going to take. And I think everyone's going to end up loving it.
Awesome. And it's called Khango Sups.
Khango Sups.
Cool.
SUPPS.
Nice. Is it going to have a whole different Instagram page or will it be?
Yep. So we actually have our own Instagram page already. It's Khango Sups, KHANGO Sups, SUPPS. Separate Instagram page. It's also linked in our regular Instagram page at the Khango Way. And then, of course, my Instagram is Bhadshah_Khango. If you want to check out what I'm doing there, I'm trying to build my social media a little more, so you'll see a little more from me on there too.
Okay, nice. Yeah, we'll link everything below so people can find you.
Awesome.
But hey, thank you so much for everything today.
No, thank you so much.
I learned so much from you. I feel pumped to for me in my fitness journey, I'm getting back into it, trying to get clear to play again.
Yeah.
And so this feels good.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
And it's just good to let these things out too and talk about it.
Yeah.
It feels good to just kind of not hold it in and like, oh, that's normal, but it's cool to see someone's reaction. Like, oh, this is really cool. I'm like, yeah damn right it is.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I do have a cool story, and then I'm surely the viewers will love this as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited to hear the feedback on this.
Yeah, likewise. So again, thank you so much. Again, I appreciate your time. I'm so excited for people to finally hear more about Khango and hopefully be able to take more classes. And yeah, I'm excited to get my ass kicked.
Awesome. We'll see you in the gym soon, and best of luck on the rehab. And
thank you.
We'll get after it.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Right. Thanks, everyone. Have a happy Thursday. God.